What is good, everyone? This is Bum here. I've been wanting to do this for quite some time, and I actually have a bit of time today to talk about changes that I would want done in Season 3 of Dragon Ball Fighters. So let's get to it pretty much. So one of the things that actually bothered me a lot about this game is both Raw Tag and Super Dash to the fullest. I mean, I hate these mechanics pretty much. Way more Raw Tag than Super Dash. And part of the reason why is because, number one, it comes out pretty fast. Right? So if you're extremely close, 21 frames. I think the human average reaction is like 15 to 17, something like that, right? So Super Dash is pretty fast. Unless you're far away, then you can kind of react to it. Now, the whole thing that bothers me about Super Dash is more so how negative it is. And as you can see, it's -1, which to me is absolutely crazy. So which is why you can do this, Super Dash and then backdash, which becomes -6, but most characters can't punish you when you backdash besides, I think, Brawly, and it used to be Android 16, and I think they slowed down his stand jab. I'm not too sure on that, but yeah, those are like the only two characters that can actually punish a backdash, which is kind of annoying that you can do something like that. One of the things that I would like to see when it comes to Super Dash is maybe make it -4 or make it -3 to -5, right? So that will stop people from going a little too crazy with this mechanic. I just feel like it's a bit too crazy, and maybe that's something that they can definitely slow down on. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which is the mechanic that bothers me the most, is Raw Tag. I think Raw Tag is absolutely bonkers. It bothers me the most about this game, more than anything else that exists in this game pretty much. And a big part of the reason is because you just get so much out of it. Number one, you can Raw Tag while calling your assist, okay? That's not present, I think, in any other game besides this game. Okay, that's pretty cool. But it's also a combination of things. You can Raw Tag in the air, assist and Raw Tag, including that it's still -1. Look at how much time you have to react to something like that. That's absolutely crazy. I think like having somebody in the corner, yes, that gives them a chance to get out the corner. It's a defensive maneuver. But the whole point is that you can still Raw Tag or quick tag by, with me, it's down tag. So I press that and I get out. Look how fast that is. That's why you notice even tournament players get caught by this, because it's so hard to react to it. I feel like that right there, definitely maybe a little bit more stardom to it, just a little bit. And definitely I feel like it needs to be -6 or -7. Maybe punishable. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure because, you know, at the end of the day, we need to make sure that the game is fun. But at the same time, a mechanic like that, every other game or fighting game that is like tag based, usually when you tag in your partner, they have some type of recovery. But in this game, there's really no recovery. You can do the same thing what you can do in Super Dash, which is absolutely crazy to me. I think it needs to be changed for sure. Look, you can call the assist and bring them in. I mean, I think that mechanic is overly powerful, you know, allowing characters to get out. And yes, there is a cooldown when you do an assist and tag, but I mean, that's just crazy. It's absolutely crazy. And it's still -1. Still. While you do a guard cancel, and if that gets blocked, you have to fall. You have to fall down and accept that. I just feel like that mechanic right now is the worst of them all, and it definitely needs some fine tuning. You know. Oh, so another thing that I wanted to talk about, a way to counter Super Dash, is throwing this in there. Because Super Dash, you can come in at any angle, I feel, and obviously not every character has something that can punch down, right? I feel like two things you can do to Raw Tag and Super Dash at the same time. One way is when they Super Dash, a character can jump and do Dragon Rush. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you can have Dragon Rush have frame 1 invulnerability to a super dash. Just a dragon rush. I always stated this from like literally day 1 of this game. I thought super dash and raw tag was absolutely crazy. You know, with how open they are and how they can come at you at different angles, and characters don't have ways to punish it from underneath and stuff like that. So I think personally, like if you expand on the hurt box and allow it to get Dragon Rush, I think that will make the mechanic more fair, more balanced. You know, not everybody's going to agree with me, and that's fine. But me, personally, I would like to see the mechanic get toned down in one way or another, especially when you're in the air and it gets just too crazy. I think it's a bit much. So that's how I feel. So I also wanted to talk about the inconsistencies that this game has. I don't see this being talked about a lot or at all, to be honest with you. And I do feel that this game has inconsistencies that don't make sense with the game's engine. I don't know what direction they're trying to take. Maybe they don't even know what direction they want to take, but let me show you guys what I mean. So pretty much, I'm going to call out Beerus, right? I'm going to call him out. Boom. So now I called him out. Now, what I'm getting to is when you call him out, he does he kicks the orb. When he disappears, the orb disappears, correct? In which, when he's on point, that doesn't happen. So, disappears. As soon as he disappears, right? He kicked it, gone. Now, let me go Piccolo. All right, oh, wrong thing. All right, so check this out. Oops, fucked up. He disappeared already. But it was still following me. Now, the thing about that is weird because let's say I pick Piccolo, right? And I call I do that move, and I call out, it disappears. And I feel like that's super inconsistent with how the game works, right? So with other characters, they either their things, their items, or whatever they do, either stay or disappear. And I just feel like it's inconsistent. In Marvel 3 or other tag-based games, when you usually do something like that, the item, the projectile, whatever you threw out stays out, whether you're on point or as an assist. And in this game, it's just it's pending. It's pending, and then I don't like that. I feel like that just doesn't make any sense at all, and it's with multiple characters, whether it stays in, stays out, whatever the case may be. I just would like to see, me personally, I would like to see the projectile stay out, whether they're on point or as an assist. Now, some people are going to be like, oh, but that might be too cheap, this and that. First of all, this game is nowhere near as cheap as Marvel 3 or Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3. So I think things like that can exist. Now, think of it as like this. Let's say you used to have Nappa. Nappa can actually be a support character now. You know, that will make up for him not being so good on point or even as an assist. But imagine, oh snap, he's out in the front, he gets a hard knockdown, he plants in the Cyberman. Now you can call in Yamcha, right? So you bring in Yamcha while the Cyberman is doing his attacks. So not only is it kind of funny because Yamcha is working with the Cyberman, but it also brings something new to the table where now you don't want Nappa to exist. You want to get him out because that's so strong where he can have the Cyberman fighting with the new point character, and it makes that much harder. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing for Beerus. If the only thing I would say is like when he calls out the 6 orbs, maybe that disappears. But let's say he has the single orbs, right? If he does 3 of them, now the assist character that became a point character can play with those orbs, and I feel like that will make it like really fun. Or you could just come in and those orbs still stay, but now that character can zone for a little bit, and you know doesn't have to worry so much about the character trying to come in. Besides super dashing, if they super dash, then you could down H or level 3, whatever the case may be. So I just feel like you can have something like that, and it makes the game more fun, more appealing. You know, so me personally, I would like for things like that to exist in the game. I think it just will be way more consistent anyway, you know, as opposed to you're on point, it disappears. But when you're in assist, it doesn't disappear. Like, it's just, I don't know. I just find it weird. Maybe you guys don't, you know, but I definitely do. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was the training mode. Now, as you can see, they definitely made the training mode better, which I am so grateful for. You know, not a lot of games have end game data, so that way we can know what's what. But I do feel like it's still missing something. And the something that I'm talking about is hitboxes, hurt boxes. I feel that's very important to have, especially in a fighting game, so you can know how tall the character is, why maybe something whiffed on them, when they have the invincibility or they have the armor, you know, things of that nature. I feel like it's super important, especially like certain characters tend to be bigger when they jump, or they tend to be smaller when they jump. They tend to have a bigger hurt box when they're crouching. Things like that I feel like is so important to have in a training mode, and I feel like this training mode is very good but needs that. I would love to see these fighting games in general have hurt boxes and hit boxes, you know, to help us identify, you know, what's the problem if it comes about, you know, because certain things you just don't understand, but hurt boxes and hit boxes definitely can help us understand the game at a deeper level. So that's something that I would also like to see in the game. All right, so the next thing I want to talk about is how lengthy these matches can take. Pretty much I feel like sometimes it just takes way too long. Part of the reason is this. All of that, to me, takes up a lot of time. So if you continuously hit your opponent with things, you know what I'm saying, whether you're knocking them into the background, hitting them with that super, whatever the case may be, you know, that's something that we can actually take out, which will help to reduce the game's length, the battle's length. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like matches take too long to begin with. You know, and it's something that we can actually just have cinematics on or cinematics off. For tournament usage, I mean for tournaments and stuff like that, we can use cinematics off, which will reduce the time. You know, it won't be like a crazy amount of time, but definitely for sure. You know, something like this, you know, that doesn't take too long. Damn, that even takes a little bit long. So imagine constantly doing that to your opponent. Then you have to go back into resetting the game, so you can't do no crazy setup while they're in the corner. Things like that is why the game just takes extremely long. You know, to me, it's cool that you go back in the neutral. That's how they want to do the game. That's fine. But can we please have cinematics? You know, have that option whether we can toggle it on or off. I think that would be great. That would reduce the amount of time that we spend playing in these sets. It would just help out tremendously because, you know, as cool as they are, they do take up a good amount of time that, you know, we've seen this for over a year already. You know, let's be honest, it's a little played out already. You've seen the big explosion or them getting kicked into the Bronx, whatever the case may be. I think we can do without that. The next thing I want to talk about is something that I wish was still in the game. I had this talk with Alucard, and he agrees with me, kind of disagrees with me, more so agrees with me. But double supers, I felt like that was a great thing to have in the game. It was appealing, it was fun to do and fun to watch. It made the games faster. I didn't understand why it was taken out for certain characters, and this is another thing I was talking about with the consistencies and inconsistencies, because certain characters can do double supers and it doesn't scale really, but in this case, like with Nappa, if I do level 1, it will scale. So let me show you guys what I mean. I did I did only 300 more points of damage to Piccolo. Before it used to be like 1,000 and something. So to me, you know, I would love to see double supers back. Obviously, you would have to balance the game around it, if anything, you know, so that way certain characters don't be too cheap. Like, for example, GT Goku is literally playing Season 1. He still has double supers. For example, Piccolo can do double supers. Zamasu can do double supers. Like, Broly can do double supers. But then certain characters can't because of scales. I just feel like the game is just so inconsistent with certain things, from the assists to double supers. Just let every character do double super and have the original scaling, and just balance the characters around that. You know, like, I feel like not only does it make the games faster, but it was fun because now you can have different characters synergize with each other that weren't able to synergize before. But when we was finding out about all these double supers, people started coming out with different characters that can double super. For example, I could do double super with Beerus and Cooler. I could do double super, you know, with Nappa into Nappa, right? Which was mad cool. So the thing is like, you just really can't do it anymore unless certain characters. I just feel like, yo, take out the limitations, you know, and let every character do double supers. Come on, man. That it was fun anyway to begin with. Last but not least, the online for this game. Oh my goodness. It just sucks. It's not fun to play. It's not fun to watch. I mean, seriously, we need a change, okay? We need a change from this delayed base netcode, upgraded to GTPO. I don't understand why Japanese developers continue to deal with this. I mean, Maximilian, if you go to his latest video, he put up why, you know, online sucks for a lot of these games pretty much. It's a great video. I'm going to actually link it below in the description. You guys should definitely take a look at it. I feel it's very important to know these reasons of why the online has been so trash for all these years, especially when it comes to like these Japanese developers and, you know, the ways of thinking and why they implement their own thing instead of adding something that actually works, you know. So, for example, I done played Mortal Kombat 11, Mortal Kombat 10, Mortal Kombat 10 XL, Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. You know, those games felt great when I played them online. You know, the only time it felt bad is when somebody was playing like on Wi-Fi or they didn't have the best connection. And then other people tell me that Skullgirls was amazing to play on, and so was Killing Instinct. Mind you, those games came out years ago. There's no excuse why these games should be so bad online. I mean, I think it's time for a change. Stop with this delayed base netcode. It's trash. It is hot doo-doo. Please get rid of it. It's crazy that we still, to this day, are dealing with it. I understand maybe in Japan or wherever they develop these games at, you know, when they test the online, it feels good and like, yes, we finally did it. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. Okay, stop being cheap. Okay, because this game sold 5 million or very close to it or above it, which means you guys generated over $1 billion in revenue. Okay, not including DLC and stuff like that. Okay, not including giving us the same Goku models and the same Goku moves. Okay, you guys are not slick, man. Please, please, my God, seriously, like, you know how many people will jump back onto this game if you guys were to actually implement that? I'm serious, man. Put that in Season 3. Like what Mortal Kombat 10 XL did. They was like, hey, we got these characters for you guys. But not only that, we got GGPO. And that was a mind fuckery because they came out of nowhere with that and gave us GGPO, and it worked good. And then they made it better in Injustice 2, and they made it even better in MK11. So, I mean, please, I mean, let's get that done, all right? If you guys like this video, you guys like what you're watching and stuff like that, because I'm definitely going to come out with more videos, please leave a like on this video. Also, share this video with other people, you know, so that way this can grow, because this is something that I'm going to be doing way more often. And leave a comment. I'm serious. Leave a comment. Whether you agree with me or you disagree with me, changes that you would like to see within the game, you know, things like that. I would love to read from you guys, because obviously everybody thinks differently, you know. What I say is not correct. It's my opinion. Let's remember that. It's things that I just want to see change. So, you know, if you guys feel different, put it in the comment section below, man. Seriously, I would love to know what you guys think and stuff like that. Also, as you guys can see, you see the advertisements here, right? The Bum 163 in the bottom right next to Napa. Make sure to follow my Twitch. And the reason being, following my Twitch is because Twitch praised them. Gave us September at the HOC. Now, what September is pretty much cutting everything in half when it comes to subbing to the stream. So tier 1, instead of it being from $5, it goes to $2.50. That means you can sub and then give a sub to somebody else, because gifted subs are also half price. Tier 2 sub, instead of it being $10, it's $5. And then the tier 3, instead of it being $25, it goes to $12.50. $12.50. So pretty much, you can gift somebody else and sub yourself. You know what I'm saying? So this month is so important. I'm gonna be grinding so hard, you know, so that way I can try to boost up my subs and unlock another emo slot. Also helps with the funding, so I can do some great things for the community as well. So please, guys, don't forget about that. Thank you to everybody watching. I'm gonna be streaming after I upload this onto my YouTube. I will be streaming Overwatch, and then I think later on I should be streaming Dragon Ball FighterZ online and playing against myself pretty much, or ranked mode or training, whatever the case may be. So make sure to tune in, guys. Peace out.